Welcome to my channel, teacher friends. It is that time of the year where we are decorating our classrooms, putting on our ugliest Christmas sweaters, doing all sorts of things to keep our students engaged during this holiday season. In this video, I'm going to be sharing with you some of my favorite holiday activities for the classroom. Stay tuned. The first idea is 12 Days of Christmas Mystery Pictures. This is a Google Slides activity where your students will review math and language arts concepts, but they'll do it with the 12 Days of Christmas popular song. This idea is fun for students who may not know what a partridge in a pear tree looks like. And let me show you some other features about this activity that would make it very engaging in your classroom. So as you can see, this is a Christmas themed resource that is sure to be a hit with your students. The next idea is winter holidays around the world, and it is also a mystery pictures activity. For these mystery pictures, your students need to read about different cultural celebrations like Hanukkah and Kwanzaa and other winter holidays that are celebrated globally. But then, in order for them to see the pictures related to those cultural celebrations, your students will need to answer the reading comprehension questions correctly. Not only are they learning about different cultures and how different people celebrate during the wintertime, but they're also getting a chance to practice those reading skills. As teachers, we know how important it is to keep students engaged with reading, but we also know that during this time of year, students can be a little bit wonky. They're excited that the holiday season is right around the corner, especially for those families that celebrate Christmas. So an activity like this will keep them engaged, will keep them focused on task with what they're supposed to do. The next holiday activity is lighting up our class with Christmas. This is a writing and bulletin board activity that is my favorite to use during this time of the year, especially if this has been a difficult year for your students to show kindness to one another. The way it works is, to set up your bulletin board, you will first cut out the letters that say or spell out lighting up our class with kindness. Then you'll cut out ornaments. Some of the ornaments are lined and some of them are blank. Students can write compliments about each other. They can also write when they notice acts of kindness. If they see an act of kindness, they can write that down. Or your students can write examples like, I believe kindness is blank. And they'll decorate their ornaments. You will put the letters and the ornaments on your bulletin board with any other pictures, like a student showing an act of kindness, or Elijah was caught being kind, and decorate this bulletin board to look like a bunch of lights and ornaments, but it's promoting kindness in your classroom, which has been a game changer for me as a teacher over the years. This is why I always incorporate something like this in my holiday activities. The fourth holiday activity I recommend is to use high interest informational text passages that are popular during December. I am always looking for ways to sneak in some engaging, fun, nonfiction reading. So let me show you more about using these in your classroom. I want my students practicing close reading skills all throughout the year, all the way up into the last day before break. And what I really enjoy about these, other than the fact that they are printable and Google Slides, is that students can finish these as a lesson warm-up, as an exit ticket, during guided reading, during reading centers. Like, I can get so many uses out of these reading passages because even though they're rigorous, they are quick and students can complete them independently. I actually have a free one that you can use about winter holidays around the world on my website. I'll put the link for that freebie in the description box below. Okay, let's talk about some ELF letters for grammar and writing. This is such a fun grammar and writing holiday activity that you can use during December. I actually talk about these on my Instagram so much because they are so much fun. By the way, if you are not following me on Instagram, you are missing out on some really good stuff because I share lots of ideas for teaching and teaching tips, resources on my Instagram. So come and check me out over there. Let me show you these ELF letters that I talked about in my Instagram stories. Hey. I have two things that I want to share with you. One is this fun idea for how to make grammar interesting. Like, as you can see, I have a letter from a very tired elf teacher, aka me. And as you can see, I don't know if you can tell by the light glaring off of it, the letter is laminated. And then on each little task card, it's written like it's from an elf, and it's full of mistakes. Hola, Tammy. And it is also laminated. Can you see the light glaring off? And that's so that I can wipe it down easily with a Clorox wipe. You know, gotta keep everything sanitized. One more thing that I wanted to tell you about this, because I said two things. Let me point this out real quick. I got Julio and Yuki and and Keisha. I got Yolanda, Vanessa. Hey, Vanessa. Hola, Tammy. Happy holidays. Why am I pointing out these details? Because representation matters. So if you are using curriculum activities, learning activities in your classroom, those little details that include students from different backgrounds, that matters and should be included in everything we do as teachers. If you want to know more about this, DM me and I'll be glad to help you.
Dear students, the elves are in big trouble. They have written letters to go inside each gift, but some of them did not edit their writing. North Pole's Prime 2-day shipping is shut down for the holidays, so these letters will have to be mailed out ahead of time in order to arrive by Christmas.
Last but not least, let's talk about some winter reading challenges. I'm also going to share with you something from my Instagram for these. Okay, so I need to be real. I need to be honest. Reading logs do not work for me. You know those sheets of paper where the student has to write what they read, how many pages, how long it took. They don't work for me. They've never worked for me. I've never met a reading log that any one of my students enjoyed. They kill reading motivation, and they just don't work to help a kid increase their capacity with reading. So, here's an alternative. This is called a reading bookmark challenge. And I've created so many of these. Like every 9-week grading period, they get a different bookmark every week. And the challenges, oh my goodness, they range, like they're all over the place. And the reason why I make them that way is so that no matter what reading material my students have at home, no matter what their motivation level is, they can complete reading challenges. And each challenge they complete, they color it. These are some of the ones that I've gotten. They color in the challenge every time they complete the task or the challenge. They color it in and they bring them back to me. I do not take this up as a grade. This is not meant to be punitive or legalistic. This is meant to be a motivator to keep kids reading at home, especially for winter break, like longer breaks. So they turn all of these in, I laminate them, and then I give them a reading certificate. I'm gonna talk about these some more, but in the meantime, how do you keep kids motivated to read during winter break? Okay, teacher friends, out of the 6 holiday activities that I shared today, which one interests you the most? Or have you already tried something like these ideas? Let me know in the comments below, because I'd love to hear what's going on in your classrooms during the holiday season. And I also want to encourage you, during this time of the year, it can be very challenging. You're tired, I'm tired, students are hyper, a lot has been going on. Be gentle with yourself, okay? Even if you are going through something personally that's having a huge impact on your teaching, you are doing the best that you can, so show yourself some grace. This can be a very trying time of the year for personal and professional reasons, but know that you are not alone and know that you are going to get through this, so keep your head held high, my friend. Not only that, but I also want to remind you that taking care of yourself is a part of taking care of others. Your self-care, your mental health as a teacher is essential, because without you, there would be no education system, okay? So take care of yourself this holiday season. Make sure you get rest. Make sure that you are kind to yourself, because you are absolutely worth it. If something in this video caught your attention and you liked it, please give me a thumbs up, comment below, share this out, and subscribe. I would love to have you join me here. Thanks so much for watching, and I hope to see you again soon. Happy holidays!